Council.
Hello, Jonesboro, and good morning. This is meteorologist Tim Root with your KLEK 102.5 forecast. The flood watch will continue. More rain today and tonight. Maybe a rumble of thunder. 55 for the high, 45 for the low, and rather breezy. Those rain showers will come to a close in the morning on Tuesday, then partly to mostly sunny Tuesday afternoon in the low 50s, but it will be windy. And Wednesday should be mostly sunny with light winds in the mid-50s or so. Jonesboro, that's your KLEK 102.5 FM weather.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. Refugee footballer Hakeem Al-Araibi has been freed from jail in Thailand and allowed home to Australia rather than being extradited to Bahrain. US congressional talks have failed to reach agreement over a border security deal. Britain's economy slowed in the final 3 months of last year, pushing growth in 2018 to its weakest in 6 years. And Casey Musgraves has won 4 awards at the Grammys, including Album of the Year for Golden Hour.
It's 9:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone, and happy wet Monday to you. I hope that everyone is having a great start to your day despite this heavy rain. Please take extra precautions out there and stay safe. Don't try to drive too fast and don't follow too close. That's my advice for today. All right, so I'm your host, Kawila Jones, and my special guest today is Mrs. Cynthia Wilson. Did I get it right?
Yes, you did.
And that's a small picture on the background. Okay, well, thank you for joining us this morning. So we're going to get right into our topic for today. You all had a big weekend with Night to Shine.
Absolutely. It was amazing. Just seeing the response from the residents and people in the community that participate in this event, it just really warms your heart. It really does. I think the volunteers get as much as the residents do out of that event.
I looked at all the pictures that I can find, and from the decorations to the participants to
it was beautiful.
Everything was absolutely amazing.
It was beautiful.
I want to say good morning to Miss Lachey Robinson. She says good morning, Cent and Q, and good morning to Miss Pam Lewis Shay. And everyone else is out there watching and listening. All right, and so tell us, you were here before to talk about the event, but actually going through and making the final preparations. Tell us what it was like for you and the residents.
For me, it was amazing. I went to several different meetings. I get to meet new people and all these different volunteers, and to see that there are people out there that are willing to just give a little bit of themselves and not expect anything in return. The return is them getting to see the smiles on all of those young men and young ladies' faces and see them enjoy themselves.
Awesome.
And that return is so much larger than anybody could ever expect.
So have you been able to get any kind of sleep since the weekend?
I've gotten plenty because, as you know, preparing for such a large event, even I had approximately 32 of the residents from our center registered to go. So you can imagine making sure that everybody has a dress, all the men are suited up. You know, it was quite adventurous for me as well, but I wouldn't trade it in for anything in the world.
Right.
I really wouldn't.
Everything was amazing. I saw one glimpse of you walking around, but I didn't get to see you very much.
No.
It being the pictures.
I'm all over the place because I want to make sure that all of the men and women from my center are being taken care of and that they're enjoying themselves and they're loving the event. So I'm just kind of all over the place because they're all over the place, you know.
All right. So we want to definitely give some shout outs to all of the volunteers. I saw people doing hair, doing makeup, helping people get dressed. And then there was also another set of representatives that we didn't talk about last time, the Tim Tebow Foundation, from the Tim Tebow Foundation. So tell us how that partnership came about.
Well, it's through the Fellowship Church on Wood Springs Road. They're the host. And Tim Tebow, his foundation, there are there's a prom all over the U.S.
Okay.
on the exact same night. So of
Oh.
course he doesn't show up
Okay.
at every one of them. He's usually at one of them that night,
Okay.
you know. But it's an amazing thing. I just love Tim Tebow. First of all, I just love him, and I love the thing that he's doing. I think when he first started out, he started out with 9 proms.
Oh wow.
And now we're all, not just over the U.S., over the world.
Wow.
We're in Africa. We're everywhere. It's everywhere.
And does it cater to individuals that have developmental disabilities?
Men and women from the age of 13 and above with disabilities.
That's amazing.
It is.
So have you gotten to meet him personally?
I haven't.
Okay.
I would love to.
We need somebody out there with a 6 degrees of separation.
Absolutely.
To work your magic.
Work your magic, because I believe he needs to come to Jonesboro.
That's right. I feel that, look, someone out there work your magic and have him do a tour of all the facilities that
Absolutely.
his foundation helps. We have a comment from Miss Lachey. And we'll also say good morning to Dr. Sharice Jones Branch and Chelsea Chapman. Lachey says, Cynthia has been doing this for quite some time now. She truly loves what she does. So proud of you, Cyn.
Thanks, Shay.
Yes. Well, as we talked about before that, it shows your passion for what you do. This is not just a job for you. This is this is a life. This is part of your life now.
It is. It is.
Not that you take everything home with you still, but you care enough. You care so much about your residents that you make sure they have the best possible, and you make sure you're providing the best service possible, and that the facility is up to standard. You know, to meet their needs.
Absolutely. You know, that really means a lot to me that someone else can see that I am very passionate about it. It's one thing for me to know that I'm very passionate about the things that I do and about my residents. But when someone else can say that they see that in me, that gives me joy. It warms my heart.
All right. Well, we want to definitely thank you. I'm sure the parents of the residents thank you, and their family members as well. And so now that you know you got the night to shine out of the way, you have another big event coming up.
We have our Be Your Own Beautiful Gala that's coming up, and this is centered around the residents. It's just to empower residents, men and women with intellectual disabilities. They are going to be all of the entertainment for us. They're going to also assist the guests to their seat. It's all about them, and I want it to be known that it's about them.
And let's talk about, you know, we talked a little bit before about what Be Your Own Beautiful means. And that means something different to everyone, but
Absolutely.
What message are you trying to, I guess, instill in the residents, you know, when you talk about Be Your Own Beautiful?
When I say Be Your Own Beautiful, I think about media has all of us messed up. We look at the supermodels and we look at the people on television and we think, oh my God, that is the way I'm supposed to look. Yes. That's what I want. Yes. But in actuality, that's not real. That's photoshopped. Yes. It's airbrushed. And we have to realize that my beauty it's my own, and I have to embrace my own beauty, and I want my residents to embrace their own. I don't want them to come in and decide that, oh, I want to look just like one of their staff members. I want to look just like Miss Cynthia, or I want to look just like our superintendent, Mr. Steve Farmer, or what have you. I want them to embrace their own. You don't have to look like anyone else. God made you perfectly unique and perfect in every way.
Have you ever thought about, and you may not have time for this event, but possibly having the residents do little snippets of what makes them feel beautiful, or I'm beautiful because, you know, and maybe next year doing some type of...
You know, that's an amazing idea, and it may be next year, but it could be something possibly that we can do this year. Like maybe we could have like a slideshow of them just saying, I'm beautiful because.
Yes, ma'am.
Work that, girl. Work it. Yes, I love it. I love it.
I'm always thinking of ways to help promote awareness of all sorts of things. So anything that can help someone. I think sometimes giving people the space and the platform to express something positive about themselves helps empower them in a way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
So I really hope that the community comes out and supports this. So it's going to be March 8th.
It's going to be March 8th at the St. Bernard Auditorium.
Okay.
The tickets are $25 a piece or $175 for a table of 8. So you're saving $25 if you get a table of 8. You can reach me. I have tickets with me today. If anybody would like to purchase any, just let me know. And as soon as this segment's over, we can do this. Yeah, absolutely.
Please come out. And again, the funds raised go back into the facility to help the residents. Either it goes into
Special Olympic events.
Yes.
It helps them with. We have some residents who may not have family or they have family, but their family. This is the thing that we have to realize. Is once a resident comes to live there, their family still has to maintain life outside of there. So they may not be able to afford maintaining their lives, plus making sure that their loved one has the things that they want or need. So the council are an amazing group of people that come in, and if there's something that they need, they can provide it for them. If there's an event they want to attend and they don't have enough money in their account, they provide that money. If there's an event that I'm trying to get together, which we have events all through the year. We have in July, Camp Without Camping. In April, we'll have our National Volunteer Week where we'll have different events going on. And the council are the ones that sponsor those things for us to make sure that our residents get the things they want and need and that they have an amazing time while they're doing it.
Is there still room on the volunteer council for anyone who wants to?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I am more than happy to give anyone who would like to come out and see our center and just see what this great body of people do, what they provide for us. They have had a walking track placed at our center. We have a fishing pond that's done by our council, that was done by the council. We currently are working on, we have our arcade up, but we're getting other things for it with big screen televisions in it. I mean, we want to make the center somewhere where the residents can actually say they enjoy living there.
That's awesome.
And for the most part, I can say everyone that I spoke with, they do love living there. We have a heated pool, indoor pool.
They got it going on.
The council has done some amazing things for our residents, and I have to say that I have an amazing group of people that are very selfless and give of themselves, and they're just amazing.
Awesome. I want to say good morning to Mr. Wes Eddington, who says good job, and Mr. Shay says, are you still needing volunteers for the Beyond Beautiful Gala?
Absolutely,
yes,
Shay.
Ma'am.
Absolutely.
And how do you sign up?
Well, Shay, you just contact me and we'll get you signed up.
And that goes for anyone else out there that's listening, watching. Please consider volunteering. Volunteering does something to you personally.
Oh my God, yes.
It creates this, different sense of self. When you give of your time to someone else who you give not expecting anything back.
That's the biggest thing, is when you give and you don't expect anything back, the reward of seeing how they respond to you and how they respond to, even though they don't know that they're doing this out of the goodness of their heart, they just think, it's happening for me. But when you see the response that they give you, oh my God. It's amazing.
If you've never volunteered, I advise you to please volunteer somewhere. It's a feeling you can't really put into words.
You really can't. And I'm going to say this. If you are someone who volunteers often, grab a friend that you know who's never done it or who showed interest but they don't know where to go. Grab a friend and bring them out, because I'm going to honestly tell you, that's how I started. A friend of mine asked me, and this may be something so very simple, but it made me feel so good. She asked me to walk in the Race for the Cure. And she was, initially when she asked, she was just asking me to walk with her. And she was like, well, just walk with me. You don't have to do anything else. Just walk with me. And I was like, well, of course I'm going to, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to do everything.
Okay.
And the feeling I received from that was just amazing. It was truly amazing. I mean, I just felt so good, and I was like, okay, I want to do this every year.
Yes.
How do I make sure that I'm signed up? And of course, once you sign up once, you continue to receive the emails and the mail, little flyers through the mail. So that's an amazing thing. So that was my beginning, but it was definitely not my end. And I thank God that He's instilled that in me.
Yes,
you know.
ma'am. I want to say also good morning to Lisa Renee. Let's see, go back up. She says, "Good morning, beautiful woman. Thanks both of y'all for support, for supporting the community in a good way. Love y'all. God loves y'all also."
Thank you, Lisa.
Shay's like, Cynthia gonna make Shay's a big crybaby. She like me. And good morning to Miss Tanita Wathel. Thank you for joining us this morning. Please share this video, share this information.
Please share.
The upcoming Be Your Own Beautiful Gala. I'm gonna get that right.
Gala, it doesn't matter. We know it's a big event, and we want to come on out and embrace our residents and let them know that they are just as important as you and I, and that their talents are amazing.
Yeah, this is a chance to show, other residents of Jonesboro, just show the other neighboring communities who Jonesboro is and what we're made of.
Absolutely.
Come out and support. Of course, bring your money. That would be helpful because, again, the money goes back to the residents to support activities and things that they need at the facility.
Absolutely.
Because again, like you said, everyone doesn't have a family that's just, paying all their expenses. And many of them actually work either on the facility or outside of the facility.
Yes, that's another thing. We want to empower them. This is a group of people that have been basically sat in the corner or in a back room for years. And today, that's not where they are. Mm-hmm. They're in the forefront, and we want them to know that, hey, you're here.
That's right.
Be a force. Work, earn your money, and they love earning their money. If we could get everybody else to have the same attitude about working that they have, I'm telling you, we have an employment center, which is called EcoWorks.
Okay.
We have 3 different employment opportunities at our center. We have the EcoWorks department, which is our recycle center.
Okay.
We have the Greenworks, which is our garden.
Okay.
And then we have Handiworks, which is our art department, which we're going to have tons of things from Handiworks at the gala to be auctioned off through a silent auction. There will be a few things that will be given away as door prizes also. But it's amazing. They are always excited about coming out and working. And I'm going to tell you, when we started the garden, I thought I knew gardening. My grandmother raised me, so I thought I knew gardening because I'd go out with her and I'd turn the ground, as she called it, and pick the tomatoes. I'd pick the vegetables out off the vines and bring them in for her. But I didn't realize that I truly didn't know gardening until we started our garden at the center. The residents participated with our gardening as far as building the garden, planting, maintaining, picking, and selling the vegetables and the plants and the flowers. They do it all. And when you can find a resident who his behavior is up here, but once he gets into the garden, as soon as we started the garden, his behavior went from probably 90 to being 20. I mean, it was amazing.
So all they needed was an outlet. They needed to find a place, a space where they can use that extra energy and emotions or whatever else they're dealing with and redirect it to something productive.
Absolutely. Finding something that piques your interest.
Okay.
This is the number one factor for maladaptive behaviors, not just with people with disabilities, with us as well.
Okay.
Boredom. When we're bored, we think of things that we shouldn't do.
Okay.
We do.
Yes.
Our minds wander. My number one thing is I food seek. I can be up watching a movie, but if I'm bored, if that movie has not grasped me and pulled me in, I will go down, and I am the only one buying grocery, but I'm going to in and out to that refrigerator. So we have to make sure that they have activities that are going to hold them and keep their interest. And that gardening keeps his interest. Even when he's not gardening, he's thinking about gardening. Wow. So he'll see me on the sidewalk and he's, Cynthia, you know what I planted today? And then he lets me know that he planted radishes, or he planted carrots, or what have you. And he tells me about the plants and the flowers, and it's amazing.
Well, I have a question. We'll get into it when we come back. We're getting ready for a quick break. Okay. Do they take the vegetables, use them in the kitchen, and have some of them shown an interest in learning culinary skills?
Well, I've had one resident who he wants to plant his and have it at his house. But as what we've done is not have them cook it in the kitchen because we want to sell it. We want the money to go back into the resident's account. Okay. So we have a roadside cart where the community can come by and make a purchase.
All right, we have a comment from Miss Kim Huffman, and good morning also to Shankwetta Cunningham. Kim says, love this. When and where do they sell plants?
It's off of Stadium. It's right beside the South Side softball field. At our EcoWorks building, there's a roadside cart right on the side of the road, and they will probably start selling early March.
All right, so you're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We're going to take a quick break, but please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Mrs. Cynthia Wilson, and we'll talk more about the Be Your Own Beautiful Gay Life.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Does your son know what it means to be a man? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. Our culture has a lot to say about what it means to be a man. It tells us a man has to be strong and handsome, win every fight, and of course, get the girl. But is that really what it takes to be a man? I'd like to paint a different picture of what a true man looks like. So, here are several things to teach your son about manhood. First, being a gentleman is still worth the effort. Opening the car door and standing up when a woman joins the table are still great qualities of a man. Second, teach him to take responsibility. Responsibility for his actions and his choices. Remember, your family first.
Want to connect with Mark on Twitter? You can. Follow him at twitter.com/Mark Merrill.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Family Minute is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a non-profit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Hello, I'm Officer Victoria Evans. I have always had a desire to help others in need and to be an example and role model to young women by encouraging them to never give up on their dreams. My dream was to become a police officer and to serve my community. In 2016, that dream became a reality, and it is the most rewarding experience of my life. Now I want to let you know about the same opportunity. The Jonesboro Police Department will conduct testing every month for patrol officers. Applications are available online at jonesboropolice.com or at the Police Department, 1001 South Caraway Work. The Jonesboro Police Department offers a competitive salary, health, and retirement benefits, top-of-the-line training, and most importantly, the chance to make a difference in the Jonesboro community. Join me in making Jonesboro a better place. The Jonesboro Police Department is an equal opportunity employer, and women and minorities are especially encouraged to apply. More information is available at 870-935-5657.
This portion of KLEK programming can be made possible by your business. Your support will help in educating, entertaining, and empowering the community by supporting local talent, serving the community you love, and providing information on issues you care about from a different perspective. Call 870-203-9951 or visit klekfm.org to learn how we can help connect you more with the community, or visit us at 1411 Franklin Street. KLEK 102.5 Jonesboro, educating, entertaining, and empowering the community.
Experience the joy with Bishop Adrian R. Rogers, pastor of Fullness of Joy Church, 2120 Thorn Street, Jonesboro, Arkansas, 72401. Wednesday night, Word and Worship, 7 p.m. Prayer Thursday night at 7 p.m. Sunday School, 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning worship, 11 o'clock a.m. And our Sunday night live service at 7 p.m.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Quabila Jones, and my special guest is Mrs. Cynthia Wilson from JHDC, which is the Jonesboro Human Development Center, right here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. We have been talking about various programs, and we recapped the Night to Shine event, which looked so amazing. Everyone looked like they had so much fun.
Yes. And for those of you who may not know what she's speaking about, if you'll go on to Facebook with Night to Shine Jonesboro, Arkansas, you'll get to see the pictures of the event she's speaking about.
It was just amazing. And so now you're getting ready for your own beautiful gala.
Absolutely.
So again, we talked a little bit about what Be Your Own Beautiful means to you and what it can mean for everyone else that's involved. This is the time for the residents to shine and showcase their talents, their many talents.
Yes.
So give us a rundown. Okay, on the flyer it says, of course there'll be door prizes, silent auction, but there's going to be a fashion show, entertainment including singing and poetry, and this is all done by the residents.
All done by the residents.
So give us some insight to what we can expect with the fashion show and the singing and poetry.
I'm going to tell you, it's amazing because once their feet hit the red carpet, I think that Tyra is in the audience or something, and they think that they're getting ready to go on Top Model. Because, I don't know, the Top Model just kind of generates through their body. I'm like, we'll practice, and when we practice, I'll tell them little things that they can do. But they get out on the runway, and everything that I said kind of goes out the window, and they do their own thing. And it's like they've already been modeling. I'm like, yes, give me life. Yes.
I am so happy that you provide this platform for them to express, to show the community of Jonesboro and other areas who they are and what they're capable of.
Yeah. They love it. They love being in the spotlight. We had a fashion show at our center.
Okay.
Which that fashion show is really to prepare them for the gala. This is to prepare them for, and maybe that's what gives them that extra oomph. Because when they're out there, we have a red carpet at the center that we use also when they're on the runway, and it's amazing. Like hearing that applause gives them the extra that they need. They all look so beautiful. It was amazing. It was amazing. I'm telling you, next year we will be having our fashion show again, and the fashion show is free.
Okay.
So when we come and we talk about the fashion show, you need to be a part of. You need to come out and see exactly what they're doing. It's amazing.
Please come out and support the residents. They work so hard on everything.
And they
put more than 100% effort and energy
Absolutely.
into everything that they do.
Absolutely.
And from what I gathered from, I haven't been out to the center personally, but I've been around individuals like the residents, and they just want to be accepted like
Absolutely.
everyone else in society.
Absolutely. They want to be treated with respect and dignity, just like our little flyer behind you says. respect, dignity, support, and training. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to give them respect. They'll have dignity about the things that they do. We'll support them, and we'll train them in things to make their lives better.
Wow, that's amazing. And also, along with these fun activities, well, for them it's fun as well. You also have other programs, as you mentioned before, EcoWorks. And so I ran across the flyer, and it's basically your recycling program. So tell us more about how we, the community, can help you all and be more involved with that program.
Absolutely. Now, we recycle cardboard, aluminum, plastic bottles, tin cans, all of that. So if you would like to save your recyclables and bring them to the center, there's a bin right outside of EcoWorks that you can simply just bring your bag of recyclables out and put them in there. Nobody has to be at the center at the time or in EcoWorks at the time if you just want to bring them up there and put them in the bin. We're more than happy for you to do that. It helps you out also. You know, it cuts back on your trash, and it gives you a little extra oomph in your spirit too. Now, I'm going to tell you, we have a little over 60 community partners that work with us in the community. And it helps them also. It helps them with trash pickup because that lessens the amount of trash that they have. And it helps our residents because they earn this money from the recyclables. So it's a give thing, you know?
That's amazing. I think we all need to start becoming more green conscious.
Absolutely.
There are just small things that we each can do. We can look at, I know for me personally, I throw away way too many water bottles. But luckily, my son's grandmother has kind of helped me a little bit. However, there's still more that I can do. The mail that I get, the flyers in the mail, I just toss them. That paper can be recycled.
Absolutely.
So, but anyway, there's a lot of things that can be done, and if we all just do our one little part, and then consider giving, or if you don't want to take it to the recycling center, you don't want to put the bag out on the curb, contact the JHDC, and I'm sure they can work something out with you.
Absolutely.
You can drop it off on your way to work or on your way to wherever.
Absolutely.
And you're still supporting a great cause. You're still supporting residents who get a joy out of, I guess, having the independent, feeling like they have independence.
Absolutely.
Because they're doing something to earn something.
Mm-hmm. And they get to earn their own money and go to the store and purchase their things that they want because they want it, not because I need it. This is extra money because I want this. Okay. And we have residents out there that will actually count up what they're earning and save to purchase certain things.
Wow.
One young lady, she didn't want I think it was like a 24-inch television. She didn't want that. She wanted a larger television. So she counted her money up. She prepared. She went and shopped to find the exact television she wanted. She saved her money to earn that.
Wow.
She's a diva, so she loves dressing up. So she saves her money so she can go shopping. I have one young man that wants to, every year for his birthday, he wants to do it big. So he saves his money so we can go out shopping for his birthday. You know, one year we went out and we bought clothes and shoes. That's all he wanted.
Okay.
The next year we bought him a big screen television. We bought a PlayStation 4. And his birthday is in September, but he's already planning for it now. So he's like, Cynthia, this is what I want for my next birthday. I'm like, okay, we'll start you a list because I know it's going to change by September. But it's earning your own money does a lot for you.
Wow. And that's amazing. So again, community of Jonesboro, let's step up and let's show these residents that we care about them. They are still a part of us. They just live in a different facility.
Yeah.
But let's show our support to the facility as well and the workers there, that we care about the work that you do for those residents and for the community. I think we talked about this before, but have there been any residents that actually get to leave the facility and actually go live on their own somewhere?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's our ultimate goal, is we want to find out what level the resident is on and increase their independence from there. That is the biggest thing for us, is we want to increase their independence. If they were to stay there for the rest of their lives, it's okay. But we still want to increase their independence.
Okay.
But our ultimate goal is for them to possibly move back out into the community, living with their parent or guardian, live in their own apartment, or maybe even in a group home. At the center, they get to participate in any and every activity that you and I would want to participate in. I'm a homebody, so I don't do so much, but they are busybodies and they like to get out a lot more.
Wow.
But the thing is because we are a 24-hour facility, everything has to be done on a schedule.
Okay.
So if they decide, I want to go out to eat with my bestie, we've got to schedule them going out to eat with their bestie. Where if they're living in the community, it makes just a little bit of a difference because they can wake up that morning and decide, I'm going to call my bestie and see if they want to go out to eat. It's just like you and I.
Okay.
On our off day, if my friend is off and I decide I want to go out to eat, I can call her up and see if she's busy. Hey, if not, we can go out.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, our ultimate goal is to just empower them and increase their independence as much as possible. And don't get me wrong, increasing their independence may not give them the ability to live as independently as you and I live out on our own and not having to depend on anyone to assist us with certain things. But independence may mean to them is them living out on their own and still having staff possibly to assist them with going to pay a bill, going out shopping, things like that, you know? So,
all right, we have some more comments from Miss Lachey. Let me scroll back down. She says this is a great way to build their social skills and self-dependence. So yes, I hope everyone out there listening and watching, really takes into consideration the needs of these individuals and how they want to feel like they're just like us, quote unquote, normal people. And I really want to find another word besides normal. I need to find another word. I'm going to look at my thesaurus when I get home. But
I know, because this is the thing, is that normal is what normal is for you may not be normal for me, which may not be normal for another person. So the way I live my life is normal to me.
Yes.
The way that they live their lives is normal to them.
They're normal.
It is normal for them to have someone to assist them with cooking breakfast, or with maybe assisting them with brushing their teeth or getting dressed. That's normal for them. So they are normal.
That's right. And again, if you want to support the facility more, the center and these individuals, come out to the Be Your Own Beautiful Gala. That's one way you can support. And then be on the lookout for other events that are coming up. Absolutely. And so this gala, again, March 8th, 2009 at St. Bernard's Auditorium. Single tickets are $25. Table of 8 is $175. All proceeds go to the Volunteer Council to further activities and programs for the residents of JHDC. And Mrs. Cynthia has tickets on her, but you can also reach her at the center. So please give us that information.
Okay. You could reach me via telephone at 870-932-4043, extension 283, or via email at cynthia.wilson@dhs.arkansas, with Arkansas being spelled completely out, .gov.
And I'm going to put the information into our live feed here, if I can get that correct. Okay. And so please reach out to Mrs. Cynthia and consider either volunteering, purchasing a ticket, maybe buying a ticket for somebody else, or get a group of people together and get a table and think about the money that you're spending is going right back to help the residents of the facility. You mentioned before they're getting, upgrades to their game room, and there's other areas around the property that they're getting some more things for. They have a pool. They can access a heated pool. They can access.
Yes.
So I'm sure it helps with those that want to be physically active, and when it's cold outside or wet outside, they still have a way to, again, have fun and do regular activities like everyone else gets to enjoy.
Absolutely. Like I said, we have our fishing pond out there. I had one resident, and it just gives you joy when they really enjoy things. But he told me, he said, Miss Sam, I like fishing, but fishing out here, it's different from fishing with my dad. And I said, well, what's different about it? He said, well, when I fish with my dad, we catch the fish, clean the fish, and then my mama cooks the fish. Out there, we have to throw the fish back. So we're fishing for game, for fun at the center, and it's really a joy to be able to get out there and do that. I think the residents and the staff both really enjoy getting out there. Now, that particular resident said he wanted to eat the fish, and I told him I can totally understand where you're coming from, because I could use me a good fish dinner.
So do y'all ever serve fish in the cafeteria?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you have to tell them, look, we having fish today, but not the fish from the pond.
Not the fish from the pond.
Oh my goodness. And so when they go fishing, do they use rod and reel or decay pole?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
We have some people, they think they're some real fishermen. They love it. Love it.
That's awesome. And so again, the residents at the facility live a life just like we live, but on their terms, in their own space. And so, but going to these different events and supporting them financially helps them get the items or the resources, have access to things that they need.
Yeah.
Because again, like you mentioned, many of them don't have family support due to their own lives.
Absolutely.
So again, please come out March the 8th. Now tell us, I know the dress code. This is a gala, so dress to the nines.
Well, it's not like I'm ever going to turn anyone away, because it is a fundraiser and we're trying to raise money. But we're just going to say business casual, you know?
Okay.
I'm not going to tell anyone that they have to go and buy an evening gown to come out. But I'll just say business casual.
Okay. So come out, get dressed up however you like, and come out and watch these residents entertain you.
Absolutely.
Now, with the singing and poetry, do you have auditions, or you just whoever wants to sign up? How does that work?
Well, there are a few that really show interest.
Okay.
And those are the ones that we kind of gravitate to.
Okay.
To do these things. If they show the interest, I don't want to ever tell one that they're not good enough to do something. So I just want them. This event is based on empowering them. So it would really defeat the purpose for me to tell someone that, oh no, you can't do this because of this or that. So we kind of try and gravitate to the talent that they show us.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so, have you ever considered, and of course not for this one, but maybe incorporating some other talent? I don't know what other talents some of them may have, dancing or, I don't know, painting, maybe doing live painting. I mean,
oh, that would be nice. That would be lovely. And maybe that's something that we could work on. Maybe next year someone's reading poetry and someone's behind them painting a portrait. I mean, I don't put limits on them.
Okay.
Because if I put limits on them, then they'll put limits on themselves. And I don't want that.
Yes, ma'am.
So absolutely, I will. I have one young lady that tells me the pottery classes she wants to do. She's like, Cynthia, when you find out about that, let me know. I'm like, okay.
So you consider adding pottery to the list of activities?
This is something that they enjoy. We did have a group from ASU to come out and help them with making bowls, and she really enjoyed it. So when I said something about a class, that was just like right up her alley. She's like, yeah, let me know whenever you find out about that. Let me know.
So they brought the spinning wheel,
We didn't have the spinning wheel out there, but we had the different clay, and they tell us how to mold it and how to roll the clay. And it was really quite interesting.
That's awesome. So did they take it and bake it and bring it back, or how did that all work?
Well, they did take it and bake it, and then they sealed it themselves.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It was amazing. They really enjoy doing different things.
Okay.
Last year we had a local artist to come out, and we're hoping to get this again, where he was painting. And it's kind of like the classes that they have here, where someone is in the background and they're trying to paint what he's painting. And of course, just like in any other class, their painting didn't look like theirs, but it was still beautiful. It was still very beautiful, and they enjoyed it so much. I'm always trying to get them to do different things, to open their minds. And the good thing about it is, if I bring something up, they're always open to it. They're open to whatever is brought up because it's something different from what they're used to.
Do you have any residents that show interest in crocheting or knitting or sewing?
Sewing, yes.
Okay.
And we actually made a couple of tie quilts.
Okay.
At our last National Family Volunteer Day that will be a part of the silent auction.
Okay.
For the gala. I'm really interested in them having a quilting class.
Okay.
Like maybe they meet every Wednesday or every Thursday and work on a quilt. I love that, and I just think that's something that they could really get into, really show interest in. Now, the other thing that I'm really interested in them learning is square dancing.
Oh, goodness.
I've really been trying to reach out. So if anyone knows anybody that would be interested in coming out and just giving a few lessons to our residents just to see if it would pique their interest, we'd love to have you.
All right, so there you go. Square dancing, quilting. I can sew, but I don't quilt. It's a whole different ballgame.
It is. I sew too, but I love quilting. My grandmother quilted,
Okay.
so that's why I love it. So
I love a good homemade quilt, but I just can't. I don't know. It's just not in me.
Yeah.
So if anyone out there has any connections, please reach out to Mrs. Cynthia so they can continue to add to their list of activities that they provide for the residents. I'm sure they will love it. So but we're going to get ready to take another quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap up our discussion on the gala and give you more details and make sure you know everything that's going to be happening and how to get in touch with Miss Cynthia to get your ticket. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. Many people are enjoying long-term committed relationships without the benefit of being married. If this is you, you have many of the same financial concerns as married couples, but you likely lack many of the legal protections they enjoy. First, you need to talk about how you want to manage your finances, discussing each other's financial goals and commitments. It's critical that you're open and honest about your credit reports, child or spousal support obligations, debts, and anything else that could impact your finances as a committed couple. You put both your financial health and your relationship at risk if you engage in acts of financial intimacy without discussing and agreeing on these issues, especially without the legal protections of marriage. For more information or for past shows, go to AURN.com. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization focused on joy in our sisterhood, power in our voice, and service in our hearts. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Money Matters is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Calling all women and minority business owners as well as the general public. KLEK 102.5 FM presents the 2019 Women and Minority Business Showcase, Saturday, February 16th from noon until 6 at Centennial Hall in the Arkansas State University Student Union. Live broadcast on KLEK and on Facebook. This is your opportunity to show what your business, church, or organization has to offer to the unique, diverse audience of KLEK listeners, supporters, and the Jonesboro community as a whole, or to just check out all the vendors in attendance. Vendor registration is $25, $50 if you sell items on site, and you can register at klekfm.org, but you must register by February 4th. Free admission to attend. The KLEK Women and Minority Business Showcase is sponsored by the Arkansas State University Office of Diversity and Community Engagement, Full Sun Gifts, and Bancorp South. This event is a KLEK fundraiser.
The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated was established on January 1st, 1977, originally serving Blytheville, Arkansas, and now serving Jonesboro, Blytheville, Osceola, Marion, and West Memphis, Arkansas. Today, the chapter continues to make an impact by focusing on Alpha's national community outreach initiatives such as My Brother's Keeper, A Voteless People is a Hopeless People, Go to High School, Go to College, Project Alpha, Boy Scouts, and the March of Dimes. The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is committed to Alpha's mission of developing leaders, promoting brotherhood and academic excellence, while providing service and advocacy to the community. More information about the Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is available at MOL Alphas on Facebook or via email at molalphas@gmail.com.
Experience the joy with Bishop Adrian R. Rogers, pastor of Fullness of Joy Church, 2120 Thorn Street, Jonesboro, Arkansas, 72401. Wednesday night, Word and Worship, 7 p.m. Prayer Thursday night at 7 p.m. Sunday School, 9:30 a.m. Sunday Morning Worship, 11 o'clock a.m. And our Sunday Night Live service at 7 p.m.
KLEK 102.5 FM wants to be active in the community. If you or your organization is hosting a community service event, we would like to know about it and be a part of it. KLEK will promote your event on air, online, and on social media. KLEK personalities may also attend the event and provide music and or entertainment. Certain restrictions and availability may apply. If you or your organization would like to partner with KLEK to make the Jonesboro community a better place, call 870-277-1080 or email us at klek@klekfm.org. In order for a community announcement or church announcement to be aired on KLEK 102.5 FM, we ask that the announcement be sent at minimum 1 week in advance. Thank you for supporting KLEK 102.5 FM.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. Where I'm speaking with Mrs. Cynthia Wilson from JHDC, which is the Jonesboro Human Development Center. I can't thank her enough for joining us today and sharing more information about the facility. We can talk on and on about the wonderful things that you all do and the activities that the residents are involved in. Again, if you would like to see, where your money is going for any event that you support, contact Mrs. Cynthia so that she can give you a tour around the facility and, show you some of what the residents are doing. And
absolutely,
you can see for yourself how wonderful the facility is and how beneficial it is for the residents that live there. It increases their sense of self, their independence, and it just empowers them to live life to the fullest.
Yes. What's that say? YOLO? You only live once.
Okay.
So absolutely, we want them to live their best life.
Yes, ma'am. We have a comment from Ms. Lisa Renee. She says, God bless y'all. She said, if nobody ever told you, Cynthia, you are a great person and will be blessed for the things you do. Well, thank you, Ms. Lisa.
Oh, thank you, Lisa.
That's wonderful. And I'm sure there's so many more people in the community that have been blessed by interacting with you and being a witness to the different things that you have accomplished at the facility right here in Jonesboro. So thank you so much for it. Thank you for your dedication and your passion. You've been there how many years now?
I've been there since 94.
94. So yes.
Yeah, long time.
Definitely some dedication. You did not get in it just for the paycheck.
Absolutely. And with that being said, let me say this. I'm not only the volunteer coordinator, I'm the applicant recruiter also. So if anyone is looking for employment opportunities, I'm the person to contact. You can use that contact information that has been placed in the comment section and contact me. We have a free lunch Friday coming up on the 22nd, on the 22nd of February, where I can give you a tour, give you more information, and just tell you all about the center and let you know about the benefits that we have there. Myself, when I started as a residential care assistant, which back then they called us LSTs, life skills trainers. But I'm one who started, I was working at a restaurant. They weren't giving me many hours. I had 2 children, and I needed something that was going to be more stable for me. And a friend of mine actually told me about the center. I went out there, I applied. It took me a little bit. It took about a month or maybe a month and a half for them to give me a call, but I was oh so excited when I received my call. I went to Jonesboro Human Development Center looking for a job, but honest to God, I found a career, and I wouldn't change it at all. It's been a wonderful experience. I've met some wonderful people. I've worked with some wonderful people, and honestly, I tell people all the time that I don't go to work to make friends.
Okay.
But if I make a friend along the way, I consider it a fringe benefit of the job.
Okay.
Absolutely. So my main concern is my residents. They're my job security, so I want to make sure they're happy and the things that they need are provided for them.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. So if anyone is looking for a job but wanted to turn into a career, this is your place. It's absolutely, there's growth out there. It all depends on you. If you want it, it's there. But if you want to remain stagnant, you can remain stagnant also.
All right, and we have a volunteer here that works out there, and she absolutely loves it.
She's amazing.
And she was featured recently. There was a video, it's on YouTube. I can't remember the name of the publication. I can't believe it. I'll look that up in a minute, but anyway.
But she is amazing. Allie is an amazing young lady. She is also a part of our volunteer council. She helps out in so many ways, and you can genuinely tell that she cares about the residents. When you come out, of course, no one wants to work 80 hours and not receive a check. But when you know that they are coming out there for more than just the money, they're coming out there because they really care, and she's someone that I can definitely say cares about what goes on with our residents.
Yes, ma'am. And so while I look that video up, I'll tell you about it in a minute. Look, can you go back over the Be Your Own Beautiful Gala?
Absolutely. It's going to be March 8th, 2019. That's this year on the 8th, which is a Friday night. And it's the doors open at 5:30 to give you an opportunity to look over the art that we'll have there. But you can contact me at 932-4043 extension 283 or via email at cynthia.wilson@dhs.arkansas.gov. And I'm more than happy to help you in any way. I have tickets with me today if I need to find you and deliver tickets. If anyone wants tickets, they're $25 for a single ticket, $175 for a table of 8. So you're actually saving $25 when you buy the table. So if it's you and a few friends, if there's you and 6 friends or 7 friends that's wanting to come, call in another friend and you're getting your tickets a little bit cheaper.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I found the video, and it was hosted actually by Arkansas Human Services.
Oh, okay.
It says "Living the Mission, Arkansas Department of Human Services," and so Allie was one of the featured people, and that's really wonderful. That it shows that her work and dedication to her, it's not just a job for her. She's also dedicated to the residents.
Absolutely.
And in the video, you can see some clips of her interacting with the residents and just talking to her and holding on to her. So I'm sure that is the same way they are with everyone else out there that works there.
Absolutely. We become a family. We're all a family. The residents love us. We love them. And when you come out there, like you said earlier, she's not coming just for the money. She comes out there for the residents. And her dedication to the residents is, I don't have enough words for it.
Wow.
She's amazing. I love Allie. She's amazing.
Right.
And there are so many more that work there that are just like her. Now, if you feel that you can be an Allie number 2, come on out and see me.
All right. Again, that's Free Lunch Friday, February 22nd at 4701 Colony Drive. You'll see Mrs. Cynthia and get to see the facility if you want to turn a job into a career.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, Be Your Own Beautiful Gala, March 8th, 2019. Doors open at 5:30. Gala begins at 6 p.m. Come out, Jonesboro, and show your support. Thank you so very much, Ms. Cynthia, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
And I hope everyone has a great and blessed day, and try to stay dry and avoid those sinkholes and potholes.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides